We're going to look past the fact that this is the same outfit I ran 3 miles in this morning. If you're thinking, oh, she runs 3 miles, I almost died. I was dying on that treadmill. I watched Star Wars, the last movie, where Rey goes to Exegol. If you know, comment below. I cried on the treadmill. I rejoiced. I was running. That's the only way I made it. I died. Okay? I have not showered. I have not brushed my teeth. Hey guys, what's up? It's Heather with the Mosco. Let me look down to go down these stairs. I know you're looking at me like, are you okay? Are you sick? I almost never go anywhere without my makeup on. But I have been working for the last 15 days. And it is 2 weeks past my last frost date, and I have no vegetables in the ground. None. Nada. Zilch. Nothing. I killed my tomato starts. I'm going to have to go buy new plants. I got nothing going on. And I got big goals for my vegetable garden. We need all the pickles this year. We need a lot of tomatoes. Okay? So we're going to look past the fact that I really need to be out here weeding, because we're going to start a new thing where we're trying to weed in the mornings after we work out. And we're going to look past the fact that I really need to blow off this driveway. It's killing me. And we're going to go put these vegetables in the ground. We're also going to look past the fact that it might rain. That's okay too. If it rains, we're planting in the rain. We got to get some stuff in the ground. We got dahlia tubers. We got sunflower seeds. We got cucumber seeds. Peppers. I can't remember all the things right now. Green beans. Tomato plants we got to go buy tonight, okay? We got to drop my kid off at swim practice, and we got to go do tomato plant buying, okay? Before we get too far into this and I start rambling, too late. My name is Heather, and this is the Mosco. And here in the Mosco, we are learning to garden together and trying things even when conditions aren't perfect. And perfect would have been 2 weeks ago, but we were at work. So we got a long growing season. We're going to put crap in the ground. And we're going to, in a month, feel like, oh, I wasn't too late. I was good to go. And then when people come into my work and they're like, how's your garden going? And I'm like, oh, good. How's yours going? I already have canned stuff. Okay. First of all, I live in the woods. Let's talk about the conditions that we're dealing with. I live in the woods. It's majestic. It's beautiful. I love it. It's been raining, so it's exceptionally glorious right now. I have fixed 2 of my flower beds this year that have been a problem, and they have looked glorious right now, although they do need some love. But it's not exactly good for production gardening. So there's very few spots in my yard that actually get, and it's borderline full sun. So we are not productive as maybe somebody else would be, but we still do get plenty of production, and that's what I'm trying to encourage people to do. Just because your conditions aren't perfect, don't try. People are like, I don't have room for a garden. Get a plant, put it in a pot. It's gonna be okay. All right. There's a lot of this and not enough. I got my cart loaded up. We're gonna set up some camera. We're gonna look past the fact that this is the same outfit I ran 3 miles in this morning. If you're thinking, oh, she runs 3 miles, I almost died. I was dying on that treadmill. I watched Star Wars, the last movie, where Rey goes to Exegol. If you know, comment below. I cried on the treadmill. I rejoiced. I was running. That's the only way I made it. I died. Okay? I have not showered. I have not brushed my teeth. I dropped my kid off at school, and I'm out here in the same outfit I worked out in, including my goofy socks. Not that they look goofy. They have goofy on them. Let me see if I can show you. It won't. It's just going to look at my face. Okay, let's set up a camera and go over here. Okay, let's just go over here, okay? Also, comment below if you think garden carts should have cup holders, because we all have emotional support water bottles, and yet we have nowhere to put them. Okay. I'm going to go over here. We're going to plant some things. Let's talk about the plan. So, ideally, I'd have a bunch of compost. I ain't got it. We're just going to do without it. Here are my seedlings that survive. And let's use that term loosely. Those are, so these are hardening off. We've got eggplant that looks terrible. Probably going to, Oh, Chappies, I'm sorry. I stepped on her. We got eggplant that doesn't look so hot. We're going to put it in the ground anyway. We got plenty of magnolia. Start magnolias from a seed. Got plenty of marigolds, bell pepper, jalapeno pepper, and we've got basil for cutting. So let's go over here, lay out a rough game plan, and then I'll tell you, and then I'm just going to set up a camera and get after it and see how much we can get done, and then tell you what I did after the fact. There's obviously a drainage problem here. Okay. Here is Dr. Fluffenschmertz. I have your food in the cart. I will bring it. So this row is going to get tomatoes. This row we're going to pull out the bulbs. It's going to get dahlias. This is going to get cattle trellising on it another day, and then we're going to be able to trellis the thing. This row is going to get weeded, and then it's going to get corn. This row is going to get weeded, and then it's going to get zinnias, maybe some sunflowers. This row is going to get weeded, and it's going to get something I can't remember right now. More sunflowers. Snapdragons making a comeback. They were dead. All this stuff needs to be pulled. That bupleurum is volunteered. I don't know how it got here. We need to clean it. We need to plant it. We're going to put jabbies. Leave Dr. Fluffenschmertz alone. We are going to put cucumbers all along the trellis line. We are going to put tomatoes all along that trellis line. Down there at the raised beds, we are going to do more okra. All of our squash. More cucumbers. We're going to plant some watermelon on the edge, plant some pumpkin on the edge, let them grow on the ground, and more sunflowers. Probably going to put our jalapenos over here along this trellis. This will get more cut flowers. The next two rows after that are going to get green beans. All right, so what we're going to do, we're not going to worry about the trellising systems today. Our only goal is to get stuff in the ground. So we're going to weed it. We're going to lay down biotone. We're going to put seeds in the ground based upon the seed packet. We're going to lay out the drip tubing, maybe fix it, and then we're going to get to it. I have been rambling for a long time. I'm going to set up a camera. You're going to get a montage. We're going to talk about it when it's done. We're going to get after it. Cue montage. By the way, this is kind of a mishmash. Sorry. We live in East Tennessee Garden in a zone 7B, if that's helpful to you. Again, the further away from this way you get, the more shady it gets. I find that jalapenos do fine in that situation, so we're going to stick those out towards the shady area, as well as green beans. Green beans will still, I'll do 2 rows instead of 1 to get plenty, because I have a lot of green bean seeds, because at some point I thought I needed thousands. And we're going to get after it. I would have ideally had spring crops like lettuce and cilantro and dill, but I didn't do a very good job. So you win some, you lose some. I was more focused on the ornamental plantings. Let's set up a camera and get after it. Maybe a little garden cart tour? What's in my garden cart? Well, I've got my hula hoe for weeding. I've got a bucket to hold all of my tools, like my stuff. Got some cat food down there. You see it? Can you see it? Cat food. We got gloves. We got a tripod. We got our box of seeds. Speaker. Dahlia tubers. Biotone. So that's the other thing. Everything that goes in gets biotone. Sandbag for the tripod. Drip irrigation supplies. I'm going to set up a camera. We're going to get after it. I'll give you a tour after the fact. It's going to look exactly like it does right now because I'm putting seeds in the ground. Sorry. So I'm editing this video, and I realized that the outro that I filmed for this didn't record. So while I'm in here looking like a scrub, very much like I did in the entirety of the video, let me give you a recap of how this went down. So again, the struggle here is that I'm supposed to right now be out in my garden planting the rest of it because I need to get stuff in the ground because we're so far past our last frost date. Which is probably just in my head because we have a long growing season here. It's fine. But it's raining out. So I can't do it. But in any case, I thought I'd edit this video. So in the first row there, what we ended up doing is putting in the dahlia tubers, which you guys saw. And then I didn't have as many dahlia tubers as I thought because the ones I saved from last year way dried up. So what we ended up doing there was just filling in the rest of the row with okra because I want to have a lot of okra for pickling and such this year, and a row of sunflowers. The next row over, we ended up doing all corn. The row after that, we did all zinnias. And we just continued working. Basically, what I'm doing here is using the hula hoe to scrape up the weeds, break up the soil a little bit, putting in some biotone, and then loosely doing the spacing that you need for the seedlings. Unfortunately, the weeds are growing right back. And I need to get some straw also to mulch the areas so the weeds won't grow as bad. So the goal over the next week is to get all of the vegetable stuff planted and then to get it all weeded and straw on top of it so it doesn't continue to be a problem. But I also need to weed the entire rest of the yard basically and blow. So that's kind of the gist. This is kind of a hodgepodge of a video, just trying to make it happen. Hopefully this serves as just some motivation that even if you're behind, even if you need to do whatever, just go out there, start working on it because maybe you're trying to make a video about it as well and you will forget to film the outro. But in any case, comment below what you're growing this year. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.